Okay, hi you guys. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so this might be terribly awkward, so I'm sorry. But I'm wanting to do more videos lately, and I'm finding my groove with like the baby taking a nap, and he's not a baby anymore, but all that good stuff. So I wanted to come on here and show you guys my minimal makeup routine. So we went on vacation 2 weeks ago, and basically, I just realized when you go on vacation with toddlers, you just don't really have that much time to get ready. Between pool time, going out, everyone getting showered and ready, it's just like something's gotta give. So by day 3, I just kind of gave up and did the most minimal that I could do so that I didn't scare people with my under eye circles. But yeah, so today I'm gonna go through that. There's only about 6 or 7 products, so we'll go through all of that, and I will have everything that I'm using linked down below as well as in the blog post, so you can find everything that I'm using. Not everything that I'm using is clean or green or, you know, all that good stuff that I try to do. There are just some products that I can't seem to find a better alternative for. So you'll see that over the course of this tutorial. But yeah, so let's just get right to it. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is gonna be my base. And for my base, I'm gonna use the Tint Skin, which you guys know I love. This is the perfect amount of, you know, light to medium coverage without looking too cakey or anything. This is actually in the shade Linen, so this is a little bit too light for me right now, just given that I had some sun. So I have some samples of the Tint Skin already here. So I'm gonna use probably the shade Sand and Honey. So I'm gonna go ahead and break open one of these. And I actually had sand and I ran out of it when we were in Sarasota. So I'm gonna go ahead. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this at the back of my hand, and then I'll go ahead and just dot my face. So again, like I said, this isn't going to be full coverage. This is the most full coverage that BeautyCounter does offer, but to me it's just not full coverage enough. So I was going to go with a damp blender, but I think I'm going to go with a makeup brush. So I'm going to use the MAC 170. Any brush that is dense like this will do the job. So I'm just going to go ahead and just buff that into the skin. And then, like I said, the good thing about this is, so the shade range is actually pretty well, but I would say you could probably get away with something maybe a shade darker or lighter if you wanted to do that, because it's not medium to full coverage. It's more light coverage. Like I said, it's very buildable, so you could do a combination of different things. So let's say if your summer shade is Honey, and you know, in the spring your Sand, you don't have to get sand, you can just use Honey, and you just can apply it a sheer amount. So I have some hyperpigmentation here from just hormones and breaking out. So I'm going to go ahead and cover those up. So any place you need more coverage, what I do is I'll just kind of tap the skin instead of buffing it in, because then that's going to apply more pigment to that particular section. So if you don't want to fuss with concealer, which I just never have found a good concealer that doesn't look cakey. So this is where we get into the under eye circles that I was talking about earlier. So I'm going to be using the Bare Minerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer. This stuff is awesome, except for it does crease on me. So I still haven't found my holy grail under eye concealer, unfortunately. I used to love the Tarte Shape Tape, and that also creased on me a lot. And then I also love the BeautyCounter concealer, but then that just, as I started getting less sleep, and again, hormones just amplifying everything in the greatest way, it just didn't really work for me. So this has been great as coverage. It's just, again, it creases. So on to the next one. Still trying to find the perfect one, but this is what I have right now. So I'm going to use my Real Techniques Beauty Sponge. This stuff is way more affordable than the Beauty Blender, which I love, but it does the job as well, or maybe even better, because of this flat side for like full coverage foundation. So if you are in the market for a beauty sponge, I know there's a ton out there, but this has been kind of my favorite so far. So I'm going to go ahead and blend my under eyes. Perfect. Okay, so my card ran out of memory, so we're gonna do this again. So this is where we get into the portion of the tutorial where things aren't so clean. So this is the Anastasia Brow Wiz. I've already done my brows, and you guys, I just haven't been able to find something as good as this. I first used this back in high school, and I just feel like it's the only brow product that doesn't make your brows look so done up. It's very natural, it stays on all day, so my brows don't typically need a lot of work, so maybe that's why I enjoy this, because it's not so dark all the time. I don't know. This is the easiest stuff to use. It's the best. It has a tiny little nib. I don't know if you guys can see that. So it just works the best. So I'm sorry, but this is not clean. I haven't been able to find a good clean version. So the search must continue. So like I said, I've already done my brows. So next what I'm going to go into is actually my eyes, and I've actually done that already as well. I might touch it up a little bit more, but what I use is a BeautyCounter eyeliner in brown. This stuff is brilliant. It stays on. It's natural looking, so I like to use brown liners as opposed to black when I'm going for a minimal look. So I'm just going to go ahead and just reline my eyes. Since I do have hooded, I guess not hooded, but yeah, hooded eyes, I don't like to line my whole eyelid, I guess. I don't know if that's the word. But you can kind of line this however you want. So I'm going to do that. And then you don't have to worry about it being messy. It's supposed to be more of like a bronzy look, and what I do is I'll just take my pinky and just kind of rub it in so that it looks a little diffused. Okay, so what I'm going to do next is going to be taking some kind of cream blusher. You can use any cream blush as you want. The one that I'm actually using is pretty expensive, so I wouldn't recommend it unless you have the budget, because it is a really, really nice cream blusher. I just don't know if it's worth the price tag. So I'll say that, but I do have the samples. I actually have a real one as well. I just don't know where it is right now. So the one that I used on vacation was this shade right here, which is Be Real. And this is the Lilah B Divine Lip and Cheek Duo. And these are really, really nice, you guys. I really like them. Like I said, if you have the budget, do it. If you don't, there are other alternatives out there, but this is really nice. So I'm going to take that with my ring finger and just dot it along my cheeks. And these are also nice when you do go on vacation and you have a little bit of that rosy cheek look. This just kind of amplifies that, so really, really like that. So again, just gives you a natural, subtle blush look. And then last thing I'm going to do, actually the last two things I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara, and then I'm going to set my face, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and applied my mascara. I'm currently using the Young Living Savvy Minerals mascara. It's okay. I don't think it's the best one out there. I think the Honest Beauty one is way better, but I don't think this is like as great as my Holy Grail Too Faced mascara that I used to wear. So again, the search must continue. And then what I do, especially with hotter and warmer climates, is I have to set my T-zone. The Tint skin is a very hydrating base, so if you have dry skin, it's perfect. Leave it the way it is. But if you have combination or oily skin, I would suggest some kind of mattifying or setting powder. I love the BeautyCounter one. Obviously, it's very well loved. This is their mattifying powder, and then I just take my fluffy Real Techniques brush, and what I do is I just go ahead and put the product, and I pounce the product in instead of swirling it in. I just feel like that really sets everything in and locked in place. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. If you have oily skin, then I would recommend setting your whole face. If you have combination, usually it's your T-zone. A little bit of here where you have the most pores is where you get oily. So just a tip, don't go ahead and powder your whole face just because you're getting oily in the T-zone, because then it just looks really fake. This will at least get rid of that excess oil, excess oil, but also still keep your fresh minimal makeup looking fresh and minimal. So that is it. That is my quick roundup of products that I use. Like I said, I will link everything in the bottom of the video as well as the blog post that accompanies this. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know what you want to see next. I want to start doing more makeup videos. This is kind of my sweet spot. I love playing around with makeup. I'm going to start also doing makeup on friends so you guys can see different kinds of makeup on different people. But yeah, so leave a comment below and tell me what you want to see next, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!